The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene.
For 3,000 years, one unshakable truth has echoed through palaces, boardrooms, and battlefields. Power isn't about who's strongest. It's about who's smartest. Power. It's a word that makes some people uncomfortable, yet it governs every interaction we have. Whether you're negotiating a salary, building relationships, or simply trying to navigate social situations, understanding power dynamics isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding human nature itself. In 1998, Robert Greene distilled this brutal wisdom into 48 timeless laws. Welcome to a world where power is the ultimate game. And The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene is your playbook. Today, we're going to break down all 48 laws in a way that's practical, ethical, and immediately applicable to your life. We'll organize these laws into 4 tiers: survival, influence, domination, and mastery. These laws are controversial, even ruthless at times, but they unveil timeless truths about human nature and influence. Think of these laws not as rules to follow blindly, but as patterns to recognize. When you understand these patterns, you can protect yourself from those who might use them against you, and you can navigate complex social situations with greater awareness and confidence. Now let's begin with the Tier 1, survival. The first 10 laws are about survival in any power structure where one wrong move can cost you everything. They're about staying alive and building a foundation for power. Law 1. Don't outshine the master. Never upstage your boss or those above you. Always make those above you feel secure and superior. Make others feel superior to avoid jealousy. Shine through them, not over them. If you're too brilliant or flaunt your talents too boldly, you risk stirring up their insecurity and envy. History gives us a perfect cautionary tale. Nicolas Fouquet, finance minister to King Louis XIV of France, threw an extravagant party to honor the king, complete with fireworks and lavish extravagance. The celebration was so grand that it outshone the king's own splendor. Louis XIV felt eclipsed and humiliated, and in response, he got Fouquet arrested and imprisoned for life. The lesson is to help your superiors look good rather than making them feel small. Even if you're a genius, give credit to those above you. For example, Galileo flattered his patrons by naming planets after them. If you stand in your master's light, you might get burned. Instead, let them be in the spotlight. Law 2. Never trust friends too much. Be wary of friends in positions of power. They can betray out of envy or entitlement. Sometimes a trusted friend turned ally can become your worst enemy. For example, Byzantine Emperor Michael III made his friend Basil his top advisor, believing loyalty was assured. But as Basil's power grew, so did his ambition. Basil eventually murdered Emperor Michael in his sleep and seized the throne for himself. The friend had more to gain by betrayal than by loyalty. Meanwhile, history also shows the opposite approach. Learn to use former enemies. An enemy who becomes a friend has more to prove and will often be more loyal than a buddy who grows complacent. Emperor Sung of China, during the 10th century, diffused threats by hiring his former rivals and rewarding them generously. The takeaway is, appreciate your friends, but keep professional relationships professional. Don't assume loyalty is guaranteed. Sometimes an outsider, or even a former foe, will serve your interests more faithfully than a close friend. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Keep your plans and true goals secret. Always hide your real intentions behind a smokescreen. If others don't know what you're planning, they can't prepare defenses or countermoves, giving you the advantage of surprise. During World War II, the Allies used Operation Fortitude with fake armies to deceive the Nazis about the true landing site for D-Day, ensuring its success. In daily life, this means not announcing your ambition for a promotion to colleagues who might undermine you. Instead, quietly work towards it and let the results speak for themselves. Reveal your plans only when the time is right and victory is secured. Law 4. Say less than necessary. Words are powerful, and the more you speak, the higher the chance of revealing weaknesses or accidentally offending someone. Powerful people often listen more than they talk. By speaking less, you appear confident and mysterious. Others will try to fill the silence, often attributing wisdom or strength to your silence. President Calvin's silent Cal Coolidge famously replied, "You lose," when a woman bet she could get him to say more than 2 words. His brevity gave him the upper hand and made a lasting lasting impression. The lesson: resist the urge to explain everything or fill every silence. By saying less, you avoid mistakes and often get others to reveal more to you than you do to them. You can't be held responsible for what you don't say. As the proverb goes, no one ever blames a man for keeping silent. Use your words sparingly, like precious gold, and they will carry more weight. Consider how Steve Jobs mastered this during Apple product launches. Instead of explaining every technical detail, he would make simple, powerful statements, like one more thing, that left audiences hungry for more. Law 5. Guard your reputation. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. Protect it with your life. What others think of you can determine your success or failure. Your name is like your shadow, following you everywhere. A strong reputation can intimidate enemies and inspire trust without you saying a word. Conversely, once your reputation is stained, it's nearly impossible to clean. Examples include President Richard Nixon's career being ruined by Watergate and Enron's collapse due to fraud. On the positive side, honest Abe Lincoln's reputation for integrity gave him moral authority during the Civil War. Practical advice: be careful how you are perceived. Avoid associating with those with bad reputations. Stay away from public accusations or gossip, and quickly and convincingly squash false rumors. At the same time, build the aspects of your reputation you want to be known for, and let it spread ahead of you like a favorable wind. In your career, this might mean always delivering on commitments, even small ones. If you promise to send an email by Friday, send it Thursday. If you commit to a project timeline, meet it or communicate early about delays. These consistent small actions build a reputation for reliability that opens doors and creates opportunities. Law 6. Court attention at all cost. In a crowded world, to be ignored is to be irrelevant. You cannot wield power if no one notices you. Be bold, be mysterious, or be flamboyant. Just don't be boring. Many great figures understood this. P.T. Barnum, the great showman, would stage outrageous hoaxes and stunts just to get people talking about his museum and circus. He famously said, "There's no such thing as bad publicity." Even Andy Warhol turned himself into a spectacle with eccentric appearances, ensuring he was always the talk of the town. However, courting attention doesn't mean revealing everything. That ties back to Law 3. Often, creating an air of mystery or intrigue is best. It makes people curious and draws them in. A warning: if you seek attention, be sure you can handle it, as any flaws or mistakes will also be magnified. But, as Law 6 emphasizes, it's better to be attacked or slandered than forgotten. In the game of power, visibility, even notoriety, can lead to opportunity, influence, and money. Law 7. Get others to work for you, but always take the credit. Our time and energy are limited. Powerful people use the skills and efforts of others to achieve their goals. Think of a general who wins battles through his army's hard work, but is remembered as the victor. Thomas Edison, often called America's greatest inventor, excelled at this. He had a large team of researchers and engineers, yet he took credit for their inventions, like the light bulb and phonograph. He accumulated over 1,000 patents by orchestrating others' work and branding it as his own. Nikola Tesla, who once worked for Edison, accused him of taking credit for others' ideas. But Edison's reputation for innovation lasted because he followed Law 7. The key: use others' talents to boost your own success. If you're a leader, delegate tasks to those who can do them better, but make sure you remain the public face of the achievement. Always acknowledge your team internally, but publicly claim ownership. This isn't necessarily stealing. It's often understood in organizations that the leader or visionary gets the credit. By utilizing others' knowledge, you accomplish much more than you could alone. And by taking credit, you gain rewards and status that lead to further power. Wise leaders, of course, reward their team behind the scenes to keep them motivated to continue working hard on the leader's behalf. Law 8. Make people come to you. Power often lies with whoever controls the terms of engagement. Law 8 advises that you play the game on your turf, not your opponent's. Make others come to you, and if needed, bait them into doing so on your terms. Remember, power is often a game of positioning. If you find yourself always reacting to others, running to their meetings or demands, you're not in control. Reverse it. Set the bait an offer, a provocative comment, an invitation, and let them come to you. As the law states, when you make your opponent act, you hold the strings of control. Law 9. Win through actions, not arguments. Trying to prove a point through argument may earn you a logical win, but it often comes at the cost of relationships. People rarely appreciate being proven wrong. Even if you're right, they may walk away resentful or resistant. Instead of debating, demonstrate. Let your results do the talking. Consider the legend of Alexander the Great and the Gordian knot, a tangled rope no one could untie. Rather than waste time theorizing, Alexander simply drew his sword and cut through it. In one bold move, he silenced all debate and solved the problem. In modern terms, imagine a workplace disagreement. Instead of arguing about the better method, implement a small pilot and show the outcome. Tangible success is far more convincing than a well-worded email. So before defending yourself in words, ask, can I show this instead of saying it? Because those who act earn more respect than those who merely argue. Law 10. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Negativity is more contagious than the flu and far more dangerous. This law warns against constantly surrounding yourself with those who dwell in misfortune or radiate pessimism. Their energy can drag you into their chaos, and over time, you may begin to absorb their mindset. A powerful metaphor. Such people are like a black snake wrapped around a wilting flower, slowly draining life and hope from everyone nearby. This doesn't mean you lack compassion, but if someone lives in a permanent crisis and makes no effort to rise, your presence alone won't save them. It may only pull you under. Seek the company of the resilient, the hopeful, the doers. Their energy uplifts, and their success often rubs off. In the garden of power, be mindful where you plant your roots. Poisoned soil stunts even the most promising growth. So these were the first 10 laws of power about protection, not domination. They teach you to observe before acting, speak less than you know, guard your reputation, and be strategic in every relationship. These are the foundational tools for survival in any power game. They keep you from early mistakes, from showing your hand too soon, and from aligning with the wrong people. Survive first. Then, once you're secure, learn to extend your influence. That's where the next tier begins. Influence. Thank you for watching till the end. We've just completed the first tier of power. In the next part, we rise higher. The tier of influence awaits, where power no longer hides. It commands, persuades, and captivates. If this helped sharpen your understanding of power, like it, share it, save it, and don't forget to follow for the next law, where the real game begins.